Hey, good morning, friends. It's Joe. Welcome to my scripture reflection for Tuesday, October the 10th. Hope all is well with you on this crisp morning here in the Northeast. I went to the gym this morning at very early hour. It's one of those days where I really had to kind of get myself together and say, okay, I'm going to do this. Because some days it's easier than others, and some days it's quite hard to focus on what you need to focus on. Once you do, there's a very good feeling that follows, right? So it pays off. Anyway, with that in mind, I am going to ask you to quiet your minds and hearts as we prepare to hear today's gospel, which is from St. Luke, chapter 10, verses 38 to 42. Jesus entered a village where a woman whose name was Martha welcomed him. She had a sister named Mary who sat beside the Lord at his feet, listening to him speak. Martha, burdened with much serving, came to him and said, Lord, do you not care that my sister has left me by myself to do all the serving? Tell her to help me. The Lord said to her in reply, Martha, Martha, you are anxious and worried about many things. There is need of only one thing. Mary has chosen the better part, and it will not be taken from her. When we think about it, life is really two paths that are in front of us many times a day where we make our choices. And one path is the path that we should be on. And we all know what that path is. And the other path is what we should not be on. And we all know what that path is too, don't we? Sometimes, because we're human, we veer off the path that we're on that is positive, and we veer onto the negative path, and we find ourselves there, and we need to get back. And that's when anxiety hits, because we know in our heart and soul that we're on the wrong path. And it's kind of like when you're looking at that picture where you either can see an older person or a younger person, and you're stuck on that older person, and someone says, well, look closer, you'll see the younger person. And what do you need to do? You need to take a moment to refocus, because that moment is very important. And Jesus captures that moment by saying Martha's name twice. Martha, Martha. You can almost feel this tension relieve, the anxiety relieve a little bit. Martha, Martha. Joe, Joe. Your name, your name. Calm yourself for that second. Realize what you need to do to refocus. Because if you don't, in that picture scenario, you stay tense, you'll never see the other picture. You need to refocus and step back just for that moment, and then get yourself back on track. It's a simple thing, but a very important thing to do, because anxiety, worry comes upon all of us. And when it does, we can continue down that road, and all of a sudden there's a barrier to the road that we want to get back on. Well, we could break that barrier very easily with just that moment of refocus. Stop yourself, set yourself, and realize what you need to do to get back on the right road. Well, my friends, that's my message for you on this Tuesday morning. As always, I hope it was helpful. I always welcome your comments, your thoughts, your questions. Mostly, I appreciate you being here with me. Every day, I appreciate every single one of you who joins me on these videos. I'm going to take a moment or two here of quiet reflection, and then we'll end with a prayer. Most loving God, we thank you for all that you give to us, even the challenges and the need to refocus on what is most important in our life. We ask for you to continue to give us that discipline in our hearts, in our minds, and in our souls, so that we can keep our focus on you, on what is positive for our life, and positive on how we could serve others, especially in your glorious name. My friends, I wish you all a wonderful Tuesday, and I hope to see you back here tomorrow. Take care, everyone.